Uh-oh, honey, I'm having the grapefruit dream again. The new plant-based map substitute. Bet you can't tell the difference. This better be good, Canada. By Evelyn Lambert, who should just ask for directions already.
When man first started to travel from place to place over this great round world of ours, thousands of years ago, he used to draw little pictures of the routes he had taken, so that he could show his friends where he had been.
Oh, like analog Foursquare. His friends had to ignore it in person.
In those days, he couldn't travel very far, and it was quite easy to draw a picture of his journey. But today, when we can go around the whole wide world, it is much more difficult to map out a picture of our travels. Our picture must be flat, while our world is round.
Hey, the jury's still out on that one. I got a YouTube playlist you should check out.
Round like a grapefruit. And how could we get a grapefruit flat?
By letting the kid at Stop and Shop bag our groceries for us, am I right?
With a rolling pin, we could try to squash it.
That's your solution to everything.
This one is empty, so it won't squirt juice into your eyes.
Well, now there aren't any stakes, and I'm bored. I want to go on record that I never thought this was a good idea. I think maps are maybe just a symptom of a bigger problem with this movie.
But this method is much too clumsy. It doesn't make a good flat picture at all, and it would never turn out the same way twice. So let's take another one and try again.
This time we'll fire up the steamroller.
This time we will follow a plan and cut it up into rings as carefully as we can. First the top half around the North Pole.
This is what it's like to be murdered by Art Clokey.
And then near the equator.
Oh, that's not how time zones work.
Then the bottom half.
Hold up. I'm using a banana. Is that wrong?
Down to the South Pole.
Where Confederate Santa lives.
And then once from the North Pole, around to the South Pole.
Do-it-yourself prime meridian.
We will peel it and lay the strips out flat.
Hey, you forgot to empty this one. My eyes were in danger the whole time.
We don't need the inside. And we will turn over each strip so that we can see what is on the other side.
That's a lousy map, but it's a pretty cool spider.
Here is a picture of the world that is really flat, but as you can see, it has a lot of gaps in it. So let's place a piece of frosted celluloid on top of the strips and trace off what we see beneath, filling up the gaps so that we can get a better idea of what it is really like.
Are we making shrinky
Around
dinks?
the edges over the gaps, the countries are all out of shape. But in the middle, we have a good picture of Europe and Africa.
Good enough. We solved maps. Good night,
So
folks.
let's try moving the strips so that they come together on the right-hand side
Hey, now it looks kind of like a Cocopelli if you squint.
and put on a piece of celluloid again and make a tracing.
Everything seems impossible when you do it wrong. Nailed it. Is this movie distracting me while someone robs my car?
Australia and Asia are fine now, but North and South America are more out of shape than ever.
Is that a political statement?
If we arrange the strips in a different way, we get a good picture of the Americas, but a poor picture of the rest of the world. Like all the tracings we have made, this one is good in one part only, and all out of shape in the other part.
The U.S. Senate just voted to make this the official world map.
We have not been very successful in getting a good picture of the whole world.
Let's try again with an Asian pear this time.
So let's start all over again, this time using a turnip.
Okay. I'm starting to think you want this to be impossible.
It too is the same shape as the world.
Lumpy and gross.
We will cut it in half to begin with.
California secession, a graphic depiction. Man-made turnip change is a hoax invented by Canada. Oh, earth boobs.
Now at least we can see both sides at the same time. So let's cut the halves again.
Alton Brown, cartographer.
This is a little better. Let's do it once more.
Then we'll dip our turnip slices in ranch dressing for a delicious geographical snack. Hey, now I can have my pick of the time zones and see my favorite TV shows anytime I want. Central Mountain Time, here I come.
This is getting flatter, so let's do it again.
Are we talking about maps or portion control? Now it looks like the Very Hungry Caterpillar. Is something magical happening? You have to warn me if something magical is going to happen. Enough of that.
Now we can wrap a piece of celluloid around this
This was funded by a celluloid company, wasn't it?
and take some paint
Oh, dark gray. Excellent choice.
and a brush and trace off what we see under the celluloid. Let's start with North America.
I mean, of course.
Here is Alaska,
America's shoulder blade.
Hudson Bay,
Oh, right. Canada
Quebec.
exists.
the Maritime Provinces, Florida, and Mexico.
Now do all the counties. Townships. Beef Wellington's ready.
This tracing is much like the well-known Mercator map, which you will find in almost every atlas.
Not in the cloud,
You
Atlas.
can see it is accurate all along the equator, just like it is on the sections of our turnip. But the north and south poles have now become long, straight lines, each one as long as the equator.
Oh, they've got equator envy.
In fact, it is impossible to show the whole world accurately on a flat map. We can only draw a true picture of one small part at a time.
No wonder I always get lost on the way to the mall. Is there perhaps some version of the cartographical arts that doesn't involve produce?
That is why the globe is still the only correct way to show the whole world.
So throw away your GPS and fill your car with turnips. Join us next time when we try to open clamshell packaging. Thank you for watching. Fun with Shorts is made possible by Patreon and viewers like these. For as little as $1 per video, you can see early and exclusive shorts. Also, please check out the newly updated funwithshorts.com for the latest video downloads, DVDs, and, at long last, merch. Okay, that's the end. Bye.